Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to FKU Africa Podcast. That's your host, Maneza F8. We're just chilling, man. How you all doing? I hope you all doing good. As you know, we are in the middle of the pandemic, man. I'm sure if you are in the other countries, you are surprised if I'm saying we're in the middle. Yeah, we are deep in the middle here in South Africa, man. We are into it. We are in third wave now, man. It's going down. We're back to level 4. We have up to level 5 where we closed down the country, the lockdown, the shutdown. Now here in South Africa, we're in level 4. That's where everything goes down, man. Everything, like, you can't even walk around. Man, lot of restrictions, no alcohol, nothing. You can have a little bit of drink. You see, after a long week, just to tone it down, you know what I'm saying? Stressful days of whatever has been happening here in South Africa. Yeah, we are in deep in the lockdown, man. So during this week, a lot has happened, man. I don't want this podcast to be some sort of a gossip blog or vlog. The aim of this podcast is to educate. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to get into weak topics of gossip or news of what some sort. So we just want to touch base on the issues that really resonate to Africa. You know what I'm saying? The issues that we are dealing with as Africans. This is where our main focus is at. Is this podcast or this channel, if you know what I'm saying. Um, what has happened is what we're gonna be talking about most is the former president Jacob Zuma, who was the president of South Africa before the president that we have now, President Ramaphosa. So with the one we are talking about is President Gedleyihlekisa Msholozi Zuma. So you need, if you don't know who the guy is, you need to go um, to Google and check him out. There's a lot of things that you would find out about him. He was one of the guys that were also in prison during the apartheid time with the oppressors, where they were locking down everyone who was trying to be against them. So he was one of the guys who came out of the struggle as one of the heroes. So he came out of the struggle as one of the guys who fought for us and who sacrificed his life of his children, of his family, like the rest of the people who are the heroes. Your Mandelas, your Thabo Mbekis, your Katradas, all these guys who are our heroes. So he was one of them. So doing that, it became more controversial uh, during the time that he was running to be a president. But I can't really say he was running; he was forcing himself into presidency. So during that time, you got into a lot of cases. That got to do with arms deals that were going wrong, that were with some sort spending money fruitlessly. There's a lot of corruption that went into that deal. He got cases also that had to do with rape. He had a rape case with some girl. The case that ended up, he won, and during that time, he said he doesn't have HIV. He slept with the girl. The girl turned out to be HIV, so he said he took a shower. So during that time, that having sex and taking a shower was very big in South Africa. It was really big. If you had sex and took a shower, it was a thing. It means that you don't have HIV because Zuma made it famous. There's a lot of things that former President Zuma made it famous in the South African culture. including corruption. He made corruption fashionable. He made it something that no one really cares about now. He made it easy for everyone to steal money and get away with it, especially when he was a president. So uh, in 2018, when he was about to leave the presidency, he was he was forced out of presidency. That's a story for another day. How it got out of the presidency. He was forced out, and then he just overnight he just left. But during his time, he was chopping, changing the cabinet. That's another thing. He made it famous. Today, the minister of sport is this guy, and then tomorrow, yeah, it's another guy. So yeah, he was busy. He was the guy that was always busy doing his thing. No one really cares about the country at that time. No one cares about what was going on. It was a joke. So the guy that took over now, Cyril Ramaphosa, is the guy that cool us down and make us a little bit focused. We wanted change, and he was promising change. Everyone really trusted him. We all thought that he's going to change things. He's a money guy. He's got his own companies. He's got shares in big places. He was responsible apparently for what has happened in Marikane 10 years ago. So that's another thing that you need to check out. What happened in Marikane? Google these things. Don't be on Facebook and just streaming in the photos of girls or guys. If you are a girl or guy, if you are a girl or girl, if you are a guy. So what has happened is when he was about to leave, he was into a lot of scandals, state capture, Guptas, corruption, all these things. So he said, you know what? I ain't scared of you all motherfuckers. That's what he said. So apparently he formed a Zondo commission. Listen to me. He's the one that formed that commission to prove that he's not a corrupt guy. So he he wanted to prove to us as South African, even though we didn't care. He spent about 268 million, yes, million rands renovating his house in Gandla. So a house of that worth, it should be at least a city. You can build a city with that kind of money, according to the government rates when it comes to houses. They say the RTP houses that they are building as each worth around 80,000. So 80, so that money, 268 million divided by 80,000. So that's a handful of houses that you can build. It's more of a city. Um, Even though he did those things, this gentleman, even though he ate that money, what he did, he formed this commission, the one we know now as the Zondo Commission, a state capture commission, to investigate all the people who were involved in corruption during his time, even beyond, but mostly during his time as a president, who were involved with Guptas. So this thing is all around the Guptas because they all believe that during his time the country was in control of the Guptas. Who are the Guptas? Now, this is what you need to Google. Google state capture Guptas in South Africa. You will see there are two famous brothers, Rajesh, and I think the other one is Reggie, or it's those they are Indian guys. Rajesh just comes to mind. I think it's a stereotypical thing of mine. If they are not, I apologize on behalf of Indians for being so stereotypical about Rajesh. All the Rajeshis, I'm sorry, but they are Indians. So the state capture, it was around this guy, Mr. Kedle. Um, he was out of the presidency. That capture started in 2018, and a lot of people came in the state capture, answering questions. So the format of state capture, if you haven't seen it, the Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, who's the second justice, second in charge in the Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court of South Africa, is the one that is chairing the state capture commission. And then there will be lawyers that will be representing the state capture, who will be cross questioning whoever is coming in front of the state capture to answer about his involvement with the state capture, corruption, Guptas, Zumas. You know what I'm saying? So a number of people came in. Who's this guy? Adrizi came in. He's the famous guy of the state capture. Gigabas came in, Norma and Malusi. Um, the president came in. There's a lot of people that they came in the state capture. Tutuzani, I think. I'm not sure. If not, he should have been there. So I think he was. It was time now for former President Jacob Zuma to appear in the state capture. So this guy appeared in the state capture, answered a few questions, and he couldn't know, he couldn't remember, he couldn't understand the questions. Whenever he was being asked about things, he couldn't remember, he doesn't know, which is understandable because he's like 78, 79, I should think. So it's understandable if he doesn't remember stuff. It's not something that we can pin against him, not remembering. He's old, you know. He's really old, so he couldn't remember stuff. But he was a president not so long ago, just a few years ago. And yeah, if you know what I'm saying, he was just a president now. Now he can't remember anything. So yeah. So getting back to this, so he couldn't remember, and then he left. So a few months back, the state capture called him, and he said, "I'm not coming." He said, "Because you are mistreating me, you are cross-examining me, you're treating me like a criminal." He's not a criminal though, but he's got more than 100 cases that are in court right now. He said he's being treated like a criminal, so he didn't go. So the Chief Justice took the matter to Constitutional Court of South Africa. During that time, they deliberated about this matter. It's been 4 weeks, or it was over a month. It's been a long time that the case has been there, but the significant thing, why was the case in there? It was because he was refusing to abide by the rules of Constitutional Court, because the judge applied to the Constitutional Court that you want summons for him to come to the commission. So if you know what summons are, they are forcing you. They are forcing you to come. If you are not coming, you're taken to jail because you are in contempt of court. So during that time, he said, "I'm not coming." So they opened the case for him to ConCourt that is in breach of the summons. So he should be arrested. So they couldn't just send police to go and arrest him like me, because if it was me, I was gonna be out, man. So they had to go back to the Constitutional Court and say, this guy, the summon, he doesn't care. What do we do? And the ConCourt said, Okay, let's deliberate. So the reason why I'm making now this video is because the issue now on Wednesday, the Constitutional Court came up with a verdict. So let's listen to this video first, so you can get the context of what I'm saying.
Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud in the public sector, including organs of state, being the applicant, for an order declaring former President Jacob Zuma being the first respondent to be in contempt of court for failing to comply with an order made by the Constitutional Court. In December 2020, in the matter of Secretary of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud in the public sector, including organs of state versus Zuma, hereafter referred to as CCT 295/20, the applicant approached the Constitutional Court on an urgent basis for an order that would compel Mr. Zuma's cooperation with the Commission's investigations. On 28 January 2021, the Constitutional Court handed down judgment ordering Mr. Zuma to attend the Commission and give evidence before it. The judgment and order were served on Mr. Zuma, who responded by releasing a public statement in which he alleged that the Commission and the Constitutional Court were politicizing the law to his detriment. From 15 to 19 February 2021, Mr. Zuma did not attend the Commission as ordered. Accordingly, the chairperson of the Commission announced that it would launch contempt of court proceedings. On the same day, Mr. Zuma published another statement in which he leveled serious criticisms against the judiciary and confirmed that he would neither obey the Constitutional Court's order nor cooperate with the Commission in any respect. On urgency, the applicant submitted that the matter warranted swift intervention on the basis that Mr. Zuma's conduct poses a grave threat to the administration of justice and the rule of law. Mr. Zuma is an influential political figure who wields significant power to inspire others to defy courts. The public and forceful nature of Mr. Zuma's defiance compounds the risk posed to the rule of law. The Constitutional Court makes the following order. 1, the application for direct access is granted. 2, the Helen Suzman Foundation is admitted as amicus curiae. 3, it is declared that Mr. Jacob Zuma is guilty of the crime of contempt of court for failure to comply with the order made by this court in Secretary of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud in the public sector, including organs of state, versus Jacob Zuma. Mr. Jacob 4, Mr. Jacob Zuma is sentenced to undergo 15 months imprisonment. 5, Mr. Jacob Zuma is ordered to submit himself to the South African Police at Nkandla Police Station or Johannesburg Central Police Station within 5 calendar days from the date of this order for the station commander or other officer in charge of that police station to ensure that he is immediately delivered to a correctional center to commence serving the sentence imposed in paragraph 4.
So if you listen here to this video, the sentence is out. He's being jailed, sentenced for 15 months in prison. He's old. He's really old. So I don't know what I feel about it. I don't know what I'm feeling about him being going to jail. Him not even caring about this because after that there have been a number of people. You have seen that he's been given 5 days. So from Wednesday, the last day is on Sunday. So after that, there's been a number of people now talking out against him. Some with they are not really against him, but they understand what is happening. They understand that he need to go to jail to because he was in contempt of court and he broke the rules. So the significant thing about him being sentenced to these 15 months is exactly to show that there is a law and no one is above the law. And if you think that you are above the law, we have the last court in the country that will assure that you are not above the law, which is constitutional court, which is not being governed by anyone except the constitution. I don't believe that those people cannot be bought. This is Africa, what I'm talking about. They can be bought, but now you have to be really good. You have to promise them really something that is really rare, because there's like opinions of I think there are 9 of them now in the absence of Judge Zondo and Judge Mogoeng, that makes them 11. I think there are 9 now to judge. 6 or 7 of them to rule the majority rule against you. For you, yeah, you need to promise them something really, really, really good, because those are very independent people, and the ruling that relies with them. So those guys, they are assuring us that no one is above the rule. First of all, this is not going to change corruption for sure. No one says it's going to change corruption. No one says it's going to bring back the money that has been stolen, sending him to jail. But now, what is really good about this is that at least we know, at least we know that no one is really above the law. If you commit a crime in this country, you will be sent to jail. His age doesn't really matter to me, because he had all the chances in the world to go to just to attend this thing that he created himself, and he just didn't care. He just said fuck you all. He's giving us a middle finger, just straight up, and we just should have to take it. Yeah, he had to go. He have to go, because he's the one that sent our king. King Dalindyebo is coming from jail not so long ago. He sent him he sent him to jail. He was the king of Amatembu, the guy, the tribe that I belong in, the Xhosas. He was the king. Inkosi yethu wayithatha wayifaka etrongweni. So xa yena ngoku igame yakwamakaye etrongweni, iphi ingxaki apho? Nalaa nkosi ebeyisetrongweni ibindala mos. So this is not something that we need to be concerned about. This is not concerning anyone. We've seen a lot of old people going to jail, not even sentenced yet. People who are only being suspected of crime. They are there in jail, man. Old people over 80, 90 years old, they are there. They're gonna die there, some of them. So at age, it's not anything to me. It's just had to go. So now outside this house, people are rallying in. So they're saying that someone that wants to take Zuma to jail must go through them. There's a lot of people who are in there. Number of people who are in outside this gate in Gandla, there to protect him. So we want to see now what is going to transpire on a day that is being said, the last day, which will be on Sunday. We saw a number of his sons, his family are saying that Zuma is not going to jail. None of that will happen. So I'm not celebrating the fact that The sentence judgment is out. I want to see now if the law is going to be upheld. Now, this guy Bekitele, who's the minister of the police, now should go and arrest his friend. We want to see him going to jail. That is going to be a victory to the country in terms of uploading the whole uploading, not uploading, upholding. Yes, upholding the law. The law need to be upheld. It's very important that we respect the law. This is the only win for me in this thing, that the law to assure us. This is an assurance that the law works. So those people who are there, they were not even so long ago. Those people who are in Kandla, outside the gate of the former president Jacob Zuma, they were not so long ago in Ladysmith digging up diamonds that turned out to be crystal. If you didn't know, a few weeks ago we had a gold rush or a diamond rush. People were digging, getting crystal or a diamond looking like stones, very shiny stones. Yeah, here in South Africa, I mean in KZN, people are coming all the way from Gauteng, from Free State, Mpumalanga, even Eastern Cape, even in Western Cape, going to dig. And it turned out to be not what they thought it was. It turned out to be a crystal, not diamond. People were already making plans, were already calling the banks to close. They wanted to close their loans. They wanted to buy new cars and stuff. People had plans, man. They were DVDing whatever they are going to do. It was all over that it's going to go down. It turned out to be crystal. If it is crystal, this is South Africa, man. Not so long ago, because now it's quiet. They are gone. They are in Kandla. The Americans or the Chinese, they're going to start fencing off that part of the of the township, if it's a township of the village, and start digging that diamond. While they are telling them that it's a crystal, it's not a diamond, and they will be surprised when the big machine starting to go there and dig. Now they didn't even close those holes, and people who are farmers, who are farming, who have cattle and goats and stuff, they are in danger now because of those holes that people dig there and left, because there's the promise of diamond wasn't there anymore. So yeah, man, please check out a video by this guy, a black scientist. It's a very nice track, man, that I love. I really love the track. It's called Ilozilam. The track is really good, man. It's hitting hard. The second one, I will post the both tracks on the description for you to check. The guy is really good. Check out my music also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check Maneza F8. Listen, scream the music, stream it on also on YouTube. Maneza F8. That's my music. I have an album that came up last year that I'm still pushing, Salvation 2020. It's an 8-track album. There are some few singles that I put out of that. So I'm gonna be now pushing out another album maybe next year. So I'll prop up some few singles. But please check out Black Scientist, Idlozilam or Dlozilam. It's a beautiful thing. I will share in the description his video. You can check out his video on YouTube. You'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. If you have not, please subscribe and hit that button so that you can get those notifications whenever the podcast new episode come. Fikiria kwa undani, ndugu, tamaku. You know what we do if you're not feeling well and not feel like the world is against you. Take those three deep breaths and keep the smile in your face. It's very important to smile. it will change how you feel, and tell yourself that I'm good, I'm gonna be okay. Life is hard, obviously, but I'll prevail. I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we are, man.